We back our 3 blades. One more downtime, and then we're gonna get started.
Yeah,
right?
just me.
And
I gotta indulge my vice because we're pretty packed here.
You are.
6. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have 1. Good. I'll just leave it at
Do it
that.
again. You know?
No. No. And then I want to train, but I'll spend a coin to do a 3rd downtime action. So let's see. I'm gonna train here and then in resolve, and then what do I do for? Because I've got clocks here on my sheet.
Yeah.
What do I roll for the clocks to like progress them? Does it depend on which clock it is, or?
Yeah. Oh yeah, you have a bunch.
I've got 4 of them.
Which one do you want to advance?
I want to advance the. I'm trying to decide. I'm kind of close to the Dimmer Sisters one. We're at 2 of 6, so I kind of want to go for that.
Yeah.
I really would love to have like a grandmotherly figure of these like creepy ass ghost ladies.
That's what they are too.
That's yeah.
They are grandmother figures for sure.
Yeah.
So in that case, it's you have a free choice essentially. Like, what action does Room want to take to get to know the Dimmer Sisters better, or become better friends, or whatever? Like, what approach would she take with them? Consort is the obvious one, but you can choose whatever.
What if I attune?
Yeah. Do you want to reach out to them through the ghost field,
Yeah.
or tuning to impress them or something? What's your
Yeah, let's say like trying to like communicate that with them through the ghost field.
Okay. So you're actually you're
It's like a phone call, only trans-dimensional phone call.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, yeah. That is a thing you can try.
God.
Because you don't have a connection to them yet, so I think what you'll do probably, maybe we see Rune like back in their neighborhood or somewhere around there, so you can get a beat on their house and like reach out to it from through the ghost field instead of knocking on the door. You're like knocking on their ghost field door.
Okay, cool. What position am I? Is this risky? Control?
It is risky, actually.
All right. Standard effect?
Yep.
Great. 5.
Okay.
I mean, you die, but
yeah, you take
so
fatal
that's
harm,
fatal.
but yeah. So they're in Crowsfoot, which is not currently under Spirit Warden surveillance, unfortunately. The risk here is the Dimmer Sisters' house. Like, you reach out through the ghost field, and it's their cute little brownstone with the flower pots in the windows and the smell of baking cookies and everything. But in the ghost field, it looks kind of the same, but as you approach and start to attune to it, as before, when you saw the Dimmer Sister in the hallway, there were all these like other sisters kind of echoing around her. The house is similar. There's several different places all stacked on top of each other in the ghost field, and they have different stairways and different rooms that crisscross each other, all MC Escher kind of inside the ghost field. And you succeed, you start to attune, and you see in the ghost field one of the Dimmer Sisters inside the house. She's in the top floor in her room, doing something clearly magical. There's like a inscribed magic circle on the floor, and she's staying there. Doesn't look like nice old grandma from before. She looks like Elvira, kind of, she's got this like crazy goth look. Her hair's dark instead of gray, long. And she's intently doing something, and then she sees you and turns around, and then she flickers through the ghost field back to her kindly true form or whatever, grandma form. But the risk here is you start to feel yourself get drawn in to the ghost field, like the house itself is like a trap.
Okay.
And when you go to attune to it, it would pull you in and trap you in one of its MC Escher-like chambers. But you currently have a positive relationship with the Dimmer sisters, and she takes your hand and says, "Oh, dearie, no. To watch your step there, dearie. Oh my. You're gonna have a tumble. You're gonna have a tumble here." And in the ghost field in your mind, there's this topsy-turvy feeling, and then you find yourself outside on the front stoop, and she's like patting your hand, and she's like, "There. It's okay. Oh, let's not do that again, shall we? That's very dangerous, dearie. Very dangerous." Oh, she like pinches your cheek.
Yeah.
She's like, You've got a bit of power in you, don't you? And she like tweaks your cheek. She approves of that.
Do they have like names that I can like call them by, or is it like
Not
how do
yet.
I reference
Not
them?
yet.
No, okay. All
I don't know. Maybe you'll build up to that.
Okay. Once we fill out this clock.
Yeah. So 5, you get 2 ticks on your Dimmer Sisters clock.
Cool. 4, 6 then. Awesome.
She waives the harm essentially of getting trapped in her house.
So I'm just like kind of woozy, and I'm like holding my head, and I'm just like, I don't know what happened there. Is there any cookies?
Oh yes, love. There's always cookies.
Score.
Yeah. You see, maybe the last shot of Rune is like chocolate
Literally.
chips.
She gave me like a bag of cookies. I'm just like eating them on my way home.
Yeah, totally.
All right,
Delicious
cool.
cookie, grandma cookies.
All right, those are my 3 downtime actions then.
Nice.
Good to go.
Cool, yeah. Stress is all. I think I've accounted for everything. We're good.
Mm-hmm.
Did you tick your clock or yeah, you got it.
I did it, yeah.
Okay, so cut to the Batcave, the secret library lair. You guys are all back from your various side quests. Having the family meeting about presumably the new target on the board. Let me pull that up so we can all see.
I think I just literally have the map that she gave us on the wall, and I'm just sitting at the table, leg crossed, looking at it, kind of like, well.
Yeah, since her reveal, Salia has kind of like not been around. She seemed like she had things to take care of her own.
Yeah,
she'll be back. She's not here right now.
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's just literally that, like everyone's sitting there, and Carolus just says, "I'm all ears for ideas. There's so many great ones."
So we're like kind of deciding what we're going after. Well, I think that you all should know that Spirit Wardens have started setting up some equipment in Brightstone and down by the docks, which is bad news for me, of course, because then I won't be able to perform my duties as the ghost speaker amongst us, of course. So I think we can kill 2 birds with 1 stone, 2 of those stupid albino birds, with talking to Flint. As you know, the Spirit Warden who helped Belle, so to speak, with putting her spirit in the book. But he's also a Spirit Warden, so perhaps we can talk to him about figuring out how to stop the Spirit Wardens from setting up their equipment.
Very good. Rune, as I understand it, killing more birds diminishes the flock, which of course opens up our visual ability to see our goals in front of us, as I understand it. This is a great idea. The Spirit Wardens, of course, will not be deterred by more eels going to prison. So I think short of just kind of killing all of them, which I think would take an enormous amount of time, think of it as like 3 Aldo conversations, we should instead go with your plan. I think it's brilliant.
I think Flint can tell us who the leader is. I think that's what we need to know.
Yes, of course. The head bird, if you will. The third bird in this wheel of birds.
A wheel of birds.
You got to talk to the lead bird.
Yeah. Oh, did we also? I don't know if we told. You're aware that the reconciled ghosts and stuff want these artifacts and stuff too, right, Careless?
I believe
You
so.
know that they're okay. That we're kind of fighting them for it. Okay, cool. So we don't have to tell you that.
Do you guys tell him about your run-in with Rorik, or is that your private conversation?
I think we tell him well, we tried talking to Rorik, but he wasn't really having it. He did tell us about Bell, but most of what he told us about the Hive is information that we already had, and he waxed on about wanting those artifacts and how we were lesser than him and how demons are terrible and all, that sort of thing.
Yes, I'm sure you drew the same conclusion I did a long time ago. Ghosts are generally pretty stupid. They do dumb things.
I gasp and I cover Myth's ears.
Not Myth. Myth is brilliant in all ways. If nobody objects, then I say we go after this figure and get our answers. There is the question of getting paid while doing that. That is something that I've come to understand. I noticed that you guys are dressed a lot nicer than I have been lately, and you want to kind of continue that path as well. So who do we get money from out of this is, I guess, my question.
Well, I think it's Miss Caterby who finds out if Flint has any enemies or people that want him out of the picture, or maybe just want. And I'm sorry, Flint is he a member of a faction?
He's a spirit warden.
Right. Okay. Oh, I even have that written down right here. Jesus Christ.
Well, he's underneath the Path of Echoes column, so.
Well, you guys
Oh,
know
there
that
it is.
the wardens have anonymous membership.
Mhm.
So you guys know that he's one, but that is a secret, right?
Gotcha.
He's a spirit trafficker in the underworld who trades in illegal essences and things. Presumably, he's an undercover warden who rats people out and sends them off to Bellwether to be dealt with.
Well, then we asked Miss Caterby to find out some dirt on him and see if anybody wants him out of the way and would be willing to pay us for it.
Or
Interesting.
perhaps Flint would be interested in paying us for advancing him through the ranks, and then if we have a friendly spirit warden on the inside. I can't imagine that one who deals in trafficking spirits wants the spirits to not be able to exist.
So you're saying we know he's dirty?
I mean, spirit wardens basically, it seems like they're the ones who are preventing spirits from appearing, right? They don't want spirits inside of the city of Duskfall. So if he's a spirit warden who is also trafficking in spirits, and he's the one who put Bell's spirit into a book, it
That's what I'm
kind of
saying.
seems,
Among his own group, he's like a dirty cop.
it seems like it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Bell said that Flint helped her, put her in the book, basically.
Right. And didn't destroy her.
It didn't destroy her, which is a bit strange for a spirit warden to do that. Yeah.
Right. But it could also, I just figured it was because they fell in love or something.
Yeah, we don't know.
Okay.
I mean, as Caterby's kind of listening to all of this, I think she finally speaks up and says, "You're probably not going to hear this come out of my mouth very often, but maybe perhaps we think about this more as a long-term investment, a mission where we don't get paid, but in doing our work, we're protecting our asses, which protects all of our future payments that we're going to get. I'm not sure how we'll make money here, but I think perhaps we just must do what we must do, and we'll find a source of income along the way. But I can't help but think that, perhaps we don't deal with the spirit wardens, and it's going to make all of our future business deals really fucking hard."
Miss Caterby, as always, brilliant. I agree. What I hear from you is get in there, and I will figure out a way for us to get paid.
Indeed.
Okay.
Maybe just let's gather a bit more info. We'll figure out where the money comes from.
I'm working on a theory. I got a new carving knife. I'm thinking if we peel off some of the flesh from this man, he will probably pay for it to stay on his body. It's just a theory. We'll work with it, but I agree in the spirit of brevity, which I'm very serious about. We should get going on this. What would be our first action? Also, quick, Rune. Spirit Wardens, Skurlock, good to have an inside man. Also brilliant.
I think we
Flint,
need to gather. Yeah, Flint.
If
He's the
Flint
key.
had any positive feelings for Belle, then I think that he would be very willing to help us. So I think we just go talk to him first.
To Flint?
Yeah.
If by talk to him, you mean find him, corner him, threaten his life, and then extract information, then yes.
As
That
long
would
as
be
the talking to
fair.
him happens first, then you can do whatever you want. But we can talk to him before. You guys always just go straight to killing things. Let's just talk to him first, and then see where things go. But yes, you can kill him if he's not helping.
Very good. That's important.
Very good. That's important.
Do we know where he is at all?
Yeah. Do we know? How do we find him?
Rune, you have him as a contact on your
Okay.
sheet, so like his spirit trafficker front. He has a
Damn.
place in Crowsfoot where he trades in illegal essences and things. It's the front. It's like a tobacco shop / chemist's, and he has a secret room in the basement where you can go and trade a ghost in a bottle for demon blood and that kind of thing.
A genius.
Yeah.
Very good.
So you know where he does business.
Should we jump right to engagement roll or whatever it's called?
Yeah, it sounds like you're opening with kind of a social gambit here. You want to meet him under semi-false pretenses, right? Or you want to I guess it's deception technically. If you want to reach out to him as Rune and be like, hey, I want to meet up because I'm a whisper and we could have a legitimate meeting as a spirit.
Mm-hmm.
And then you guys are like, surprise, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Surprise, motherfucker. Yeah.
Yeah. If that's the plan, then yeah, I think we can go to an engagement to see how, if you get the drop on him, does he know what's up? That kind of thing.
Okay.
It makes sense. And you definitely have the means to contact him and arrange a meeting. You're a whisper. He's a spirit trafficker.
Okay.
Okay.
Assuming he doesn't know what's going on. So we'll see. We'll see. So is that fair? Rune, you're taking the lead socially, and then the rest of you are going to essentially be part of the ambush, it seems.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's figure out your engagement dice. So you get one for sheer luck, always.
Lucky.
Is this operation particularly bold or daring? It is kind of, actually, because this guy's deeply enmeshed on this list of connected people in the conspiracy. You don't really know what he knows or how prepared he is or how tricky this is. So you're just like, fuck it, we're just gonna go try and ambush this guy. That's pretty bold, I would say. Instead of starting long-term projects and figuring out a bunch of stuff about him, you're just gonna cut to the chase. So it's 2 dice. Then the detail is Rune is going to talk to him. Does the plan's detail expose a vulnerability of the target or hit them where they're weakest? No, in fact, in this case, talking to Rune is a little suspicious. It would normally be business as usual, but he's not entirely clueless. So 2 dice. Can any of your friends or contacts provide aid or insight for this operation? Does anybody have a
Academy
friend or contact?
Always Academy.
Yeah, I could.
Do
Does
you
it count if he's on my list of contacts, the person that we're talking to? Like,
in this case, no.
okay.
He's now again, like if he wasn't part of this conspiracy and wasn't sort of in the know about some things, then he
Mhm.
he would count.
What was the last item that you were deciding on? What was the criteria?
Oh, does the plan's detail expose or vulnerability of the target or hit them where they're weakest?
Oh, okay. Because I was thinking that that I wouldn't I would give him a fake name, but I don't know how that impacts that. I don't want to be like, hey, it's Rune. Remember me? Like the person whose friend died and you put her spirit in a book.
Oh, so you want to set up a meeting with like a different. Do you have another contact, or does anyone have any contact that you can use over?
No, I just wanted to give him a fake name. I just so that he wouldn't like
Someone he's never heard of.
Right, but I don't know how that would. I guess I don't know how that would impact him, like not wanting to deal with you. We could just drop it. I was just wondering how he would feel about Rune calling him up, or like.
I know. I think it's
if
fine.
he knows me. I don't know.
He does know you. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. We can just drop it. It's cool.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I have a contact that is in social circles and stuff like that. Would Straws?
No, it's okay. It's not a big deal. I was just because we've never talked to this character before, so I was just thinking about the fact that we haven't talked to him, and I'm just like randomly calling him up, but he has past experience with Rune, so it's fine.
Yeah, cool. He does. He knows you, and
okay,
he would be willing to meet with you, so that's fine. Okay, 2 dice, and is that it? I think that's it. Any other elements, higher tier, lower tier? Kind of applies, but not exactly. It's in Crowsfoot. The Spirit Wardens are not locking it down yet, or not trying to at the moment. Yeah, right. So you have 2 dice of engagement to basically socially ambush this guy with Rune on point. So I think let's roll, and then I'll paint the opening scene here. Jeff, do you want to do the engagement roll as usual?
Sure.
2 dice.
6.
Yep.
3 and 4.
All right, risky.
Exactly what you rolled last time.
Last time I critted it, bruh.
I think
you mean early in the game?
Yeah. Yeah.
We it's like a leverage style thing. We go in through the camera flies in through the window, and it's like the tobacconist shop and the chemist, and there's like several people shopping, like legitimate customers for the shop, and we see like one of them is Cataby, and one of them is Carolus, and one of them is Aldo, and there's like other normal shoppers here, but everyone's kind of like pretending to, ooh, this looks like a nice cigar or whatever, surreptitiously positioning themselves. And Flint is there. He's a bit younger. He's probably in his late 20s. He's Akarosi. He's local, sort of pale, mousy brown hair, brown eyes, indistinct build, medium height. He's one of those types that's just very forgettable. Good for a Spirit Warden, I suppose. He's wearing a vest and shirt sleeves. He's got glasses on, and he's tallying up a customer, and he sees Rune and like realizes like, yeah, okay, got to do some secretive business.
Mm-hmm.
So the risky position I'm putting you in, Rune, is that you come up to like, hey, we need to go do the secret thing, and he says, excuse me, customers, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to close. A personal matter has arisen. If everyone could please clear out. I'll be back in a few hours. My deepest apologies. And he stands there and watches, and the customers are kind of like, okay, whatever, and they start shuffling out.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
Kind of in like a grandiose fashion. I'm just like in my new clothes, I'm fancy now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, no, that's fine. Don't worry about it. We can talk some more privately. Like kind of quiet to him. I'm just like, I don't mean to interrupt your days. Go about your shopping. And I'm just kind of like waving at everyone to like ignore what he said.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see how that works.
Yeah, he might get suspicious about that, but he might not. It's risky.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can make a roll. I think sway probably.
Sway?
Yeah. Like,
My one sway again.
swaying him, manipulating him.
Yeah. What's the?
It's risky. Standard effect. Do I have a devil's bargain? No, I can't think of one right now. Unless someone else has one.
I believe in this one die. Okay.
All right. No
I
push,
believe.
no nothing.
I believe too.
This
I believe in it.
I believe anything Dawn lives.
Can you ambush him?
5. I'll
Successful
take it.
application. Okay. So you don't. He's not going to get super suspicious. Okay. So I'm gonna isolate you from the group. That's gonna be the complication here, Anne.
Okay.
He says like, okay, yeah, and he kind of like looks at you like, thanks for understanding, you know. Yes, I'll be in the back. You can I'll be ready to bring up purchases in just a moment. And he takes you by the elbow and pretty quickly goes through the back door, and he has like a metal gate that closes the back. He shuts it and turns it closed with a key. Closes a curtain and leads you back into the room, and is like within earshot of the front, so we can sort of hear what's going on out there. But he leans in and he says, I have to admit, I'm a little surprised to see you. I've been hearing things through the grapevine. Is everything okay?
Of course. You know, the only thing that's not okay is you and your friends setting up those machines down by the docks out in Brightstone. What's that about?
Oh, shit. Okay.
Damn.
So you guys can kind of hear this through the curtain, I think. If you want, Anne, you can, like, they can be aware of what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys know she's dropping the pretense.
Yeah, we hear her say that, but I mean,
yeah. He immediately does two things at once. Oh, geez. I have to prioritize. Hang on. Okay. He reaches into his vest pocket. Oh man.
if it's a gun, John, we can just have Aldo charge.
It's not it's not a gun. I'm trying to figure out what he goes for first. He has two choices. Yeah, I think he has to do that. He reaches into his pocket, and you weren't feeling it before. He must have something on him that's like muting it.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes out of his pocket, you feel it in the ghost field suddenly. He has this very powerful, specialized spirit lure, probably like a spirit warden, piece of gear that they carry.
Mm-hmm.
And it just like rings like a bell in the ghost field. Myth materializes next to you,
Mm-hmm.
like fully visible, like drawn out of the ghost field. He whips the stone down the stairs into the cellar, and Myth charges after it, like drawn to it like a magnet.
Oh, it's like Fetch. Yeah, it's really nice, John.
Yep.
Okay.
And he's doing several things. You can interrupt or resist. I'm just telling you the consequences here. But he draws his lure and draws Myth away from you.
Okay.
And shoves you backwards up against the wall and tries to cover your mouth, pin you against the wall so you can't say stuff or do anything whispery. That's what he does.
So he just threw a rock down some stairs. How does that prevent Myth from just coming back. Myth has to like stay wherever that thing is.
Here is it drew Myth out. It's so powerful, and Myth is drawn to it.
Yeah.
So like he has to stay wherever that thing is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you got a success. So he doesn't immediately think necessarily that you're after him or something, but you just basically said, "Hey, I know you're a spirit warden," and he clearly knows about Myth. So he is like, "Okay, fuck that. I'm not gonna be attacked by Ghost Dog. I'm gonna take care of that problem, and I'm gonna try to like get a moment to like explain himself, to you. He's not attacking you yet or anything like that.
Right. He's just trying to stop me from doing.
He doesn't know. Yeah, he's freaked out.
Anything.
You basically said, "No, you're a spirit warden."
Yeah. Okay. So he like kind of. So he's got me like shoved up against a wall, basically. All right.
And
So
he's, looking at you like, how do you know that?
Yeah.
And so, John, we heard her say this to him. Then there's nothing except for like a muffled.
Yeah, you hear like the clonking of the stone down the stairs, maybe, and then a bit like a brief little struggle.
And they're behind a door in the back room, you'd say?
Yeah, he
It's
closed
locked.
and locked his gate to his like little secret alchemy room behind the.
Okay. While this is happening, then Careless breaks into T1000 charge and is just gonna blast through the door.
You're gonna smash through the metal gate somehow.
Yeah, from his perspective, he hears a muffled anything, so he knows that they're there for business, and
Yeah,
he
you don't.
doesn't know what's happening, so he's just gonna charge you.
Yeah.
Well, and then we before you get there, I just put a light hand on your shoulder. Please allow me.
Sure.
So who's going to use their not to be trifled with ability?
Yeah.
Not to be trifled. That's what I thought you were wrecking it.
Yeah,
No.
you
I
can't.
don't know.
It would be a long process of wrecking because it's a locked metal door. If you want to not to be trifled, you can Hulk out and like try and smash the thing down with one roll.
Oh, okay. Well, no, I'll let Careless have it then. I thought it was like something else. I'm sorry, I pictured it different in my head.
Two stress, right, John?
It's still probably wrecking. So you're right about that. But if you take two stress,
Yeah, 2 stress.
then you.
Oh, you'd want me to roll wreck if I do not to be trifled with to get through this?
You can't. I don't think you can skirmish a door. I'm pretty sure.
Then I think I do encourage Aldo to bust that door down.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I have a 0 in wreck, and that would be fun to watch.
Aldo is good at it. So.
All right.
Yeah. So Rune, like you have this opportunity where he's not suspicious. I don't know if you want to do something like real quick, but it seems like in that moment Aldo is about to wreck the door down.
Okay. Can I attune to Aldo to stop him without yelling out and making him suspicious, without making Flint suspicious?
Mind link Aldo. So
Yeah.
But John,
To just
now
be
that
like,
I'm
just
such a
chill
power-
out.
As Rune, can I counter attune to block?
Because I don't want Flint to get suspicious that I'm like with people, but I also don't want Aldo to break the door down, right? But I mean, that'll make him suspicious. So can I mind link using attune with Aldo to calm him down?
And we're in a tobacco
Before he
shop,
does
right?
that?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we can just make this really easy. I can just lean as close as I can and say, is it our turn to come in and have some smoke back there? Do we need to come back there and find some cigars?
you want to just yell through the door or talk loudly through the door?
Yeah, just in a very deliberate fashion, so Rune knows that I'm asking if she needs help.
Mm-hmm. So Flint and I both hear this, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I look at Flint and not loud enough for Aldo to hear. I say to Flint, like, well, it sounds like you've got some impatient customers. You might want to handle that.
But he's
Like, I'm
holding
s-
his hand over your mouth.
Yeah.
Well, oh, so I can't talk at all?
He
What am I
doesn't want
supposed
you to talk because you have abilities with your mouth.
Oh, I thought that I could like. Oh, I can't even talk to Flint. Well,
Nope, he
Okay.
said that.
I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that.
He's freaked out. Like
Yeah.
You have the opportunity to do something if you want to be like, hey, like okay, just don't. It's all right. It's all right.
You can lick his hand, yeah, dude.
Well, I'm not understanding then what's going on anymore, because like you said you had the opportunity to do something, but now you're saying I can't talk. So
He's saying you can retcon it is what he's giving you. He says you could, because he was saying when it was happening, you could interrupt. He's taking several actions at once.
Interrupt while he's like
going to brush up your mouth or whatever, maybe.
Let's just roll it back, John.
Yeah.
I don't think that I need to talk to Attune though.
No,
That's
you don't.
not right. My neighbor's like vacuuming outside. Hang on, I gotta close my window. Jeez.
Vacuuming outside? That's gonna be a long day, dude.
Yep.
That's a long day of vacuuming right there.
Basically, and you wanna do something, but do you want to try to stop Aldo completely?
She can't hear.
No.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what the shit they're doing. They're like actually vacuuming the outside. I don't know what that is.
That's awesome.
It's a new hip thing, and
It's so
come on.
loud.
Dirty.
Don't knock it till you try it.
Well,
You don't
because I didn't want to necessarily interrupt him, because I don't want him to freak out even more. I just want to talk to him. And I just want to talk to him. So I don't know how to retcon it. If I can't speak, then I can't calm him down.
Yeah, he's freaking out. So I mean, if you just wanted to talk, I would argue that that's almost impossible to do. Right?
Is it impossible to do at this point, or what? John?
Well, so like there's a lot of like I'm doing this and then I'm not doing this. So here's the situation. Before Aldo does anything, before whatever.
Yeah.
What happens with Rune is he gets freaked out because he's a spirit warden. He draws Rune myth away from you. Huddles close and is like, how do you know that? What's going on? And then, he's looking you in the eye like, don't pull anything funny on me. And he'll let you talk if you're going to answer his question, right? He's not going to be like, tell me what you know, and then like not let you talk. So you have a chance to talk, but in just a split second, Aldo is presumably doing what he's doing next.
Mm-hmm.
Breaking down the door or whatever. Now, there's another option here, which is we skip over the planning. So it could have been part of the plan that, you said like, let me handle things. Don't freak out. I'm gonna do what I need to do. Don't fuck it up, and come charging in or whatever. So that could be part of the plan. That's fine. Mm-hmm. You don't necessarily need to attune right now and give him a message. You could have arranged that ahead of time.
Yeah, I'd much rather have this just go smoothly.
Yeah,
because if she needs us, I'm sure we'll hear a commotion or something.
Exactly. Yeah. It's totally fine that you're like, you hear a commotion and you normally would charge in, but you're like, no, this is part of the plan. It's okay.
Right.
Okay.
Like Aldo's kind of waiting for a signal from me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, like a code word or something, like whatever.
Exactly. Yep.
Okay, sure. While that's happening, then Careless is trying to listen for where he is in the wall. He's got his sword up against the wall.
He's gonna wall stab him. So there's a map here. You can kind of see Flint and Rune are in the back room of the shop, and you guys are out in front, kind of around where the counter is. There's bookcases and racks of stuff out in the room here that aren't on the map, but this right here, I'll ping it. This is the gate and door that he closed behind him.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you want to say, Rune? What do you want to convey?
Okay. So I'm just like, no, Flint. It's been a long time, but we are always on good terms. There's no reason for you to act like this.
He like looks around and listens intently, to hear if anyone is doing anything.
Yeah.
If you have friends or whatever. And he's like, I know you've gotten entangled in something bad. Something with demons? Belle was into a lot of weird stuff back in the day, too. She got mixed up in bad stuff.
The only reason you're going to talk to me about Belle is if you're going to give me information. You say her name again and I'll stab you right here and now.
He steps away so he's not touching you.
Mhm. I like kind of straighten my like clothes.
Yeah. He's wary and he's a little like on guard, but he says, "All right, what is this about? What do you want to know?"
Well, it's going to make it hard for me to do my work if the spirit wardens are setting up all that equipment. We want to know if there's a way that we can delay or otherwise stop that from happening. Now, I know that you have your dealings with various trafficking of spirits, and of course, there's nothing that I have against that necessarily. I think maybe you and I could work together.
Yeah, I have operations that I'm running. They don't have anything to do with you, I didn't think. Oh, oh shit. And is your tattoo visible? Can he see your tattoo at all?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
Sure, it's like short sleeves, yeah.
Okay. Okay, I take that back. He notices it like kind of for the first time. And he's like, "Oh no. Oh no." And he starts to back up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. He's gonna attune to you.
Okay.
You cool with that?
I mean, I don't know what I can't do anything about it, can I?
You could try to attune to stop him if you want.
Yeah.
You could block him.
Oh my god. Mind fight.
Yeah.
Mind fight.
This week
Okay.
on Mind Fight.
You see him. He steps back and he like does the Rex, and is like.
Okay.
waving
Yeah, I'm
at
gonna counter.
Okay. Mind fight.
Mind fight. Okay, so what
They're
do I
doing
do?
it, you guys. They're mind fighting.
It's a risky attune. Limited effect.
Limited. Okay.
You gotta get
Do you
me
roll
enough action
first,
so we
or-
can test rolls.
No, your roll will decide it.
Okay.
If you want to try to turn the tables on him and like read him a little bit, you
Yeah.
can do desperate standard if you want.
Ooh, yeah, I want to do that. I
Okay.
want to turn it and also get information on him.
Yeah.
Boom, 6.
Damn.
Yes.
Mark your XP.
Trying to tune to me, motherfucker. Get shit on.
Yeah, so he tries to reach out and like see you in the ghost field and see the tattoo ink, and he's like clearly trying to like see how much you're connected to that
Mhm.
and what's going on there. But you block him, and you sense that he's connected. You see the tendrils in the ghost field. He's connected to a ghost a few blocks away who's rapidly moving in this direction. And he's also got this weird tendril that you haven't seen in the ghost field before, this bright silvery thread that arcs out towards the sky and seems to be pointed towards Bellwether, the Spirit Warden's headquarters.
Okay.
And as you're having this little mind battle, it's glowing brighter and brighter. He's communicating with this ghost somehow that's on the way here, and the Spirit Warden headquarters or whatever are somehow connected to him and aware of what's going on with him.
Okay. There's a ghost on the way here?
Yeah. It's too far away for you to recognize who it is, but you can see the indistinct bluish shadowy form making its way towards him.
Okay.
And it's the way that like you and Myth are connected, or like when you compel a ghost, like this is a ghost that he's got, like under his sway.
Okay.
So you block him, and he like takes a step back, like, okay, I didn't know you were in that league.
Yeah.
You can feel it slipping away at this moment. His goodwill is like basically gone.
Mm-hmm.
do you want to do?
Okay. I don't know what to do because we're in this like locked room.
You can
Okay.
give a signal, I guess.
Yeah. So as he's like kind of backing away, and I'm just like, I smile because he like messed up basically, and I'm like, oh, Flint, things have changed since we were younger. Looks like you've been outpaced. And I guess I'll have to roll. Do I roll another attune to kind of give the signal to Aldo?
You could have prearranged something. You could say something or whatever. That's fine.
Yeah, we can just hear you.
Oh, okay. So then, can I like shove him and then just like yell out like Aldo, it's time to wreck it, boy.
Sure.
Well, that's my cue.
Yeah, if you want to skirmish him, you can, Rune. Otherwise, like you step up to shove him, and he's gonna fight. Like he's a really
Okay.
good fighter.
Can I like bolt? Because I want to go where he threw that thing that like attracted Myth, right?
Yeah, it's not.
So
the map doesn't show it, but there's a trapdoor in the room you're in that leads downstairs. So that's you.
I want to
can
go.
see the trapdoor essentially.
Yeah, because I want to take that thing that he has or whatever that he threw, and get Myth.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay, cool. Then I won't shove him, but I'll do that instead.
Okay. So you block him, and he's like not sure what's gonna happen, and then you just like fucking jump down the trapdoor.
Bye.
Yeah, he's not ready to stop that. He's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay, Aldo, you're hulking out and you're wrecking this thing to get to him, right?
Yeah. Now, what kind of a gate is it?
It's a metal door, like a jail door kind of, but not on tracks. It's like it has a hinge and it swings and has a big heavy lock on it.
Okay, I'm gonna grab it and just like try and pull it off its hinges.
Rip it off the hinges. Yeah, that's probably the weakest point. Yeah.
Do I need to do not to be trifled with or not?
If you want to just do it in one go and get at him immediately, yes. If you want to like wreck this thing, over a few moments here and give him a chance to react, then you don't.
That's what I will do. I will push myself, give myself 2 stress. I will perform a feat of physical force that verges on the superhuman.
Mm-hmm.
And I will wreck it.
Wreck it, Ralph.
So roll.
I'm gonna wreck it.
You can take a bonus die because you're pushing yourself to your wreck roll.
Okay, so when I push myself with not to be trifled with, I do get a bonus dice.
You get a bonus die or improved effect, but you don't actually need improved effect here. Your great effect will be enough.
Okay, so is it controlled or?
It's risky, and the risk is the situation. You want to maintain the initiative. You want to rip this thing off the hinges and get him before he does anything, right?
Okay.
So the risk is, can he like turn and fight you, or prepare in some way, or do you just totally like seize the moment and surprise him?
Gotcha. All right, so I hear Rune call my name. I put my glasses away. I look at Cataby and Careless, just to nod, get ready. I'm pulling this thing off the hinges. 5.
All right. Well, that's the classic, right? You do it, and the risk comes true, which is good news and bad news for him, I guess. It means he has to fight you, which is not necessarily what anybody wants.
Right.
So yeah, you put your back into it, and instead of just going through in one fell swoop and crashing into him, you have to like plant your feet and like heave it out, and the bolts pop off the hinges and ping off the back wall, and you heave the thing aside, and as you sweep the curtain past, he's turning. Shit. He doesn't know that it's you, or that this. I was gonna say like he's probably gonna like jump down the trapdoor, but he wouldn't think that this is what's gonna happen. He wouldn't plan to run away from the Hulk. That wouldn't be his first thought.
Right, because he wasn't like suspicious before.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think he just the sound of this thing like pinging off the wall surprises him. He turns around, he gets his blade out, as you close and attack him. So it's a fight. Like he's ready to fight you. He's not in a position to flee. But you do it in one continuous movement, so you can just immediately skirmish him if you want to.
Do it.
Yeah, I'm going to. Wait, no, I'm not going to skirmish him. You guys are, because I'm ripping the door off so you guys can go quicker than me.
Sure.
Yeah.
I dart in.
Okay, you're like setting them up even.
Yeah, that's why I nodded at them. I'm like, ready, here we go. I'm the breach guy.
So
the guy who breaks the door doesn't go in.
Let me tell you then, because it's probably like Careless is like ready there with his blade, and Miss Cataby is behind probably.
I'm guessing guns out, buns out. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So the other customers have had a few moments here. They see Aldo go over and just like ping, heave this thing sideways. And a few of them are smart enough to be like, I'm out. I don't need to be here right now. I leave. So.
And if there's anybody, like, as they're going in, I drop the gate and I look and see if there's anybody still looking. And I would look at them and go, "You're blind, right?"
Yeah. You're saying that like to them. They're turning heads. They're like do.
Yep.
But they
like, before I drop the gate, just, "You're blind, right?" Tang.
Exactly. Careless is moving forward to step forward and strike. Miss Cap, you're there. You see the first person goes out the door. The second person stops in the doorway. Again, where like several things are happening at once here, so bear with me. But they freeze up in the doorway and just in apparently sheer terror and scrabble at the side of the door frame and leave nail marks in the wood. And the doorway, it's always dark in Duskwall, but the street lamps outside like flicker and go dead. The whole doorway turns dark, and this cold breeze sweeps into the room. The ghost like passes through the doorway, and the person who's trying to leave is just like, and the ghost moves in, like possesses their body in front of you. Someone can interfere with that if you want to, but essentially that's happening right now in the doorway.
Aldo might see it. I'm not. I'm facing forward.
Yeah, you're basically like zipping into the room, right, Jeff?
Yep.
Miss Cataby definitely can see it because you're right behind. I don't know if you want to do something about that, but that's currently happening. And Careless goes stabby, I assume, or whatever you're doing to this guy.
So how about I'll roll skirmish while Marcus is thinking what Miss Cataby might do.
Yeah, that's fair. So
I mean, yeah.
At what?
Aldo's given you a setup action, Jeff. So you can either take better position instead of like a risky roll on this guy. You could make a controlled roll to fight him, or what you're doing, or you could take improved effect.
Improved effect for sure.
Okay. So it'll be risky. Oh man, Flint is a very good fighter. You guys are tier
1.
He's tier 4. He's an expert.
We outnumber him.
You do. Currently it's 1-on-1, but yeah, technically you do. So that is risky. It's risky 0 is what it is right now.
I'll go for my double greater. So I'm accepting the setup as a greater effect, and then I'll Hulk out for 2 to get it to a +2 essentially.
Okay. So that'll take you to limited and standard. So it'll be risky standard. You can do desperate great if you want. You always have that option to push it down again. What's your intent here? Will you come through with your sword? Are you like stabbing him with your sword or
No, I think the idea is that we were pretty clear that we need to talk to him before we kill him. Like that's the mandate that Careless is operating off of. So this is going to be a heavily debilitating blow, like sever the hand, injure him beyond the ability to continue.
Okay, yeah, that would be great effect. Yep.
So desperate.
He's just fighting for his life, he feels. So he tries to take you out essentially as you come at him.
Okay, I'm going to take my 1 bonus dice because of my ability Daredevil.
That's
I'll mark 2 stress here in a second because I'm pushing myself.
Yeah, I will mark it.
We're all good?
I think we're all good. Desperate Great, our favorite.
5.
All right, there it is. Trading blows. So, we need to take our break, but let's finish this move.
JB said not yet, not yet.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't keeping up on chat. There we go. So,
Oh, don't forget the Find Sword. Is that +1 effect there as well, or something?
if he wasn't tier 4, yeah, but
okay.
he's way past that kind of stuff. So you are inflicting a debilitating wound, and he is inflicting a incapacitating wound. So he's gonna do level 3 harm, and you're gonna like sever his tendon, so he drops his blade and like can't fight well, right?
That was the idea.
That's currently the situation. You flick your sword as you come through the curtain, fast as anything, before he can react, and catch him on the wrist. He's a really good fighter. He's real quick. He rolls with that and kind of wrestles you, and throws you down against the side of the wall there, and to snap your collarbone against the wall as he takes you out, like a really vicious kind of judo throw.
Cool.
So that's level 3 harm. You can resist it, obviously.
Of course. At -1 dice.
At -1 die because of your thing. So, as usual, we didn't talk about load. Since you guys are undercover as shop people and deceiving him with the plan, I assume you're not heavy load. You're not like standing in the store in armor, like,
Right.
"Hey, buddy, I'm just shopping in here." So probably light load for this operation, I would assume.
But our ability gives us 1 heavier, or one up from that. I
Yeah,
guess.
you have space for your weapons. You have like 2 extra for weapons. So if
Okay,
you
so I do get 1
have
armor, I guess.
light armor, yeah, you can have your light armor on. Your like normal armor on under your clothes.
So that drops it to a 2, right?
That drops it to a 2. Yep.
And then I'll try to resist at -1 dice.
So I don't know if the sheet has that ability yet. I think it might let you say -1 die when you do a
Let's
resistance
do
roll.
this. If it doesn't, we'll just subtract the last dice, literally the final dice.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's prowess, right? I've
prowess,
resisted
yeah.
a while.
It's prowess.
So no bonus dice. Oh God, you asshole!
Oh, the last one.
So do I
no.
take 4 stress as well?
You take 4 stress. Yep.
I trauma out.
Oh shit.
Wait.
Yeah.
How does that work? I thought you negated it because you got a 6.
Like we just explained, we're subtracting the final dice because I'm at -1 because of Daredevil.
Sorry. Right.
Yeah, he has this new ability that makes him for a penalty die when he gets fancy.
That's my 2nd trauma, and my stress is reset, and I'm passed out on the floor with my collarbone snapped in half.
Well, so you do resist it. It drops it down to level 1 harm. You don't get a broken collarbone, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. So level 1 harm.
Level 1 harm. Call it like, I don't know, like concussion. Basically, he knocks your head against the wall and knocks you unconscious.
I got it written in there. But with trauma, I'm out though, right? If you suffer a trauma,
you're out of the fight. And I'm trying to mark your trauma, but for some reason it won't let me. I'll do that when we break. Yeah, this guy, we've never seen this before. Someone who's on Careless's league, on your level, basically. You cut his arm and he grimaces and his knife hits the floor, and then boom, suddenly you're upside down, flying through the air, crack, your skull against the wall. Careless slides down unconscious on the floor. And that's where we are. We're still not breaking. We're gonna keep going.
No, we're supposed to wait till we got the A-OK.
Okay.
So we should just keep going till we get that.
Yeah. So I think everyone's gone now except you, Miss Cataby. You're aware of the situation, right? You can see what just happened in the back room, and you can see the ghost in the front room. What do you want to do?
Our immediate threats would be what?
The ghost and this dude. He's presumably going to do something.
And any additional, like, people could come or anything like that. I mean, I
Yes.
can't do shit to the ghost. So obviously, I'm gonna do something what I can to this other guy.
The spirit wardens might be alerted, but I think Rune is aware of that right now. But I don't think anyone else is really aware of that. So
My other
Yeah.
question is like, what happens if I fire a pistol in here?
what do you
Like,
mean?
am I gonna immediately alert people? Will that?
Oh, yeah, it's crow's foot. There's like gang fights and stuff periodically.
Okay.
The bluecoats might show up at some point and see what's going on, but it's not like if you were in a very nice neighborhood, it would be a bigger problem.
Okay.
You can get away with it here.
I mean, I'm gonna fire at this guy then, as long as I have a shot.
You do, yeah. You could. The Careless has like moved the curtain past, the door's off its hinges. You can see him. Like he sort of has his back to you as he's throwing Careless against the wall.
Great. My favorite place to shoot a guy in the back.
In the back.
Let's do it.
Are you also trying to incapacitate him, or are you just taking whatever you can get? Do you care if he gets severely hurt from this?
At this point, no, I'm just trying to defuse the situation. So,
Okay.
If that means he dies, then that's what happens. If he also, doesn't hurt friends anymore, that's okay too.
Then in that case, I can give you a risky roll with a Devil's Bargain bonus die, and the Devil's Bargain is, I'll make a fortune roll. When you shoot him, we'll see how bad it is. Is it worse than you want it to be, or do you just manage to?
Versus like maybe doing something where I'm actually trying to say take out his legs.
Right.
Well, out of character, players at the table. I don't want to necessarily do anything that would hinder the mission. Is there a way you would prefer me to play this out? Great, let's shoot
I
him.
think so.
Cool.
Yeah, just go for it.
I think that's a no.
All right. Then
There's just no mechanic for conferring. You just got to role play your character what they would do in that situation.
I mean, I want to shoot, but like
There you go.
Careless Firm he's kind of a scary guy, Jeff.
You just pass the fuck out, bro.
You
His
did
skull's
that.
broken.
Think that matters? Probably means he's more powerful. Let's do it. All right, I'll take the Devil's
Technically,
Bargain.
it's true.
So it's a risky, but I get an extra die.
Yep. And clean hit.
All
Ooh,
right.
it is a clean hit. Nice.
Nice.
So you get to decide, Marcus. How incapacitating is it? Where do you hit him?
All right. Here's what happens. Catabee's like can't make up her mind. Like, it's like leg, head, and thinks actually I should probably try to do minimal damage. So I shoot him in the leg, but it causes him to like jolt forward and hit his head, and perhaps it is a greater effect than I had intended.
Oh, really? You want him to be like actually potentially seriously injured after all? It's not like-
Yes. Yeah, because then I can make the excuse
that's-
that, well, I didn't actually try to kill him, but it just happened. So there you go.
Dude,
Yeah.
you're killing me, Smalls.
Yeah.
I got the choice, dude. That's,
Well, but dead man tell no tale. Well, actually, dead men can tell tales. Actually, this might work out in our favor.
there you go. I was just trying to shoot his leg. Didn't know I was going to fall over and knock his head.
Lance. Injury. I'm gonna roll this many dice. Let's see. High is more injured. Oh God.
You fucking killed him. You fucking
Hold on
killed
a
him.
second. Hold on a second. Did not I have a little players council before I made this roll, and Jeff, who, as far as I'm concerned, there was no one who retorted to his statement in which, bro, you should just role play. And I did that, and look, now
It's all
how
right.
angry Zeke is.
We
The
can talk to
dice-
ghosts. We can talk to ghosts. It's fine.
The dice, I let the dice handle it, and I love it.
No, I just got that song running through my head. How do you talk to a ghost?
Yeah, so it is. I think because you got your 6, Marcus, and this is what you want. Like, it is a little bit of a coincidence in a sense. He throws Careless against the wall. He kind of glances over his shoulder and sees Cataby draw a bead on him. So he takes a step forward to try to get down the trapdoor. and you clip him through the ankle as he goes. He falls awkwardly and like cracks his neck against the trapdoor side as he tumbles down, and you hear it snap. And it's just like, well, that happened.
I might even look down and go,
Oh,
he could still be alive, actually.
wait, no. I love how John completely makes it look like an accident, so we can't put any blame on Cataby.
Cataby rolled 6. She did it.
No, I'm saying, like, you didn't say she shot him through the head. She thought about shooting him in the foot, but shot him in the head. So I can't even be mad at Miss Cataby for killing him.
It was deniable. That was the goal.
Mission accomplished.
She got her goal.
Jesus.
Fuck. All right, well, I hope we can talk
All
to
right,
him.
there's still a possessed ghost behind Miss Cataby who now has her back to the ghost. So.
We probably need to take our break now. But
Yeah, we do. All right.
We'll cut to Rune with the dead body falling down in the basement when we come back.
It was an accident.
Sliding down
Hour
the
3 was an
stairs.
accident. We got one more hour coming up. Don't go away. We'll be right back.